Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Mica Burton.
Let this next story be a lesson to all you aspiring hackers out there. Don't fuck with people's video games or you'll be doing some hard time.
Authorities have sentenced a man in England who was behind more than 1 million distributed denial of service attacks against a number of games and services, including Minecraft and Xbox Live.
Who attacks Minecraft?
That's so rude!
The BBC reports that 20-year-old Adam Mudd was sentenced to 2 years in jail after he created malware that was used to carry out 1.7 million attacks.
So here's some backstory on how it all started. Authorities say that Mudd created a malware program named Titanium Stressor back in 2013 when he was only a wee 16 years old.
Sick name, bro. And he sold that program to an awful lot of people, according to court testimony. There were more than 112,000 registered users of the program who attacked about 666,000 IP addresses. Maybe attack just one more. Maybe just like 1,000 more. We'll accept that one.
The Guardian says that Mudd nearly made $400,000 from selling the software in the form of US dollars and bitcoins. And while that's a significant amount of money, lawyers on both sides say that he was apparently more motivated by status than by money.
Prosecutor Jonathan Polnay said, "This is a young man who lived at home. This is not a lavish lifestyle case. The motivation around this, we tend to agree, is about status."
Meanwhile, Mudd's lawyer said that his client had been bullied in school and later was expelled from college. Mudd was lost in an alternate reality, his attorney said, and was seeking friendship and status within the gaming community by ruining their games?
Apparently.
Huh.
Guess so. I mean, that's how you make friends, right? You punch them in the face. Apparently, one way he went about seeking all those new friendships in the gaming community, being responsible for DDoSing the shit out of all their games. Real likable.
So likable!
His software carried out over 1.7 million cyber attacks, and there were a number of websites and companies affected, including Microsoft, Xbox Live, TeamSpeak, Minecraft. Like, hey guys, my software just knocked your game offline. Do you like me now?
Spoiler alert, no. One specific game targeted was RuneScape, which faced 25,000 attacks. And you know, dealing with those attacks wasn't cheap. The game's publisher reportedly spent more than $6 million trying to prevent DDoS attacks.
Authorities said Mudd carried out nearly 600 DDoS attacks on his own, one of which was against the college where he studied computer science. And apparently, those did pretty significant damage. The attacks on the Westhurst College crashed the network and caused incalculable damage to productivity, according to testimony.
Mudd explained one of the attacks this way, because he had reported on being mugged to the college but said no action was taken.
Eventually, Mudd was arrested by authorities in March 2015. At the time, Mudd, who lived with his parents, was in his bedroom on his computer, and he apparently refused to unlock the door until his father got involved, which... Oh. Dude, you made like $400,000. That's more than enough for like an apartment or, I mean, even with a pet deposit. Do they have pet deposits in the UK? I'm gonna assume that you do.
Mudd ultimately pleaded guilty to a couple of hacking-related crimes, including one count of committing unauthorized acts with intent to impair the operation of computers. That's a very long sentence.
So it's a very boring sounding like way to classify it.
It is. He also pleaded guilty to one count of concealing criminal property.
When it came to sentencing time, the judge in the case, Michael Topolsky, said the effect of Mudd's crimes had wreaked havoc from Greenland to New Zealand, from Russia to Chile.
Topolsky refused to suspend the jail term, saying that the sentence must have a real element of deterrent. He told Mudd, "I'm entirely satisfied that you knew full well and understood completely this was not a game for fun. It was a serious money-making business and your software was doing exactly what you created it to do."
The judge added, "I have a duty to the public who are worried about this, threatened by this, damaged by this all the time. It's terrifying."
Of course, hacking attacks and gaming are sadly nothing new. You might remember Christmas Day 2014 when Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network suffered widespread outages due to DDoS attacks. And Sony said later that PSN is attacked every day.
Yeah, we all remember that Christmas because that was the worst Christmas ever. And of course, there was the infamous PlayStation Network hack of 2011 in which the details of 77 million users were compromised. Yeesh. As Eurogamer reported, it was the largest security breach of its kind to ever hit console gamers, leaving gamers without access to online services for weeks, not to mention all the work Sony had to do to win back user trust. It was been an ongoing issue. They had to do a settlement for that.
Yikes. More recently, a hacker last year targeted the official forum for the mobile game Clash of Kings and made off with close to 1.6 million accounts. And also last year, a little over 9 million Steam keys were stolen by a hacker who breached a gaming news site. And that hacker got info on 3.3 million registered users.
Look, the reality is that the hacking and DDoS attacks, which are really like more of a scripting thing, not hacking so much because they're really very like brute force. But this sort of stuff happens all the time and it's a huge, huge drain on companies, not to mention all the downtime it causes on games, online services, and worst of all, the inconvenience for us.
Yeah, excuse you, hackers.
At least this time someone is actually going to see some consequence for it, right?
I guess.
I mean, I would like to see more consequence all the time for all the people that inconvenience me.
Exactly. I'm trying to play Overwatch, people.
Stop it. Jail for slow walkers. What do you guys think of this hacker getting 2 years in jail for DDoS attacks? Too much? Too little? Let us know in the comments.
And for all of your gaming news, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Also, don't walk slowly in front of Ashley. She may jail you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Get out of my way.
You know, I want you guys to be proud of me. I almost made a mud being raked through the mud joke, but I stopped myself.
Who targets RuneScape?
That's just so mean. Let them escape runes. And
they're just trying to escape.